In this review, we look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Sgt Slaughter.
But Joe is Sergeant Slaughter. Don't mess with Sergeant Slaughter. He's as strong as they come.
Sgt Slaughter comes in the new Windows style packaging, number 53 in the series. We got some cool artwork of Sarge on the side of the box. On the back, we have the figure displayed in render form. It's not the actual product imaging, but we see everything he comes with. We get Sarge, his whistle, glasses, hat, AK style gun with scope and magazine, swagger stick, all assortment different hands, and a little Sergeant Slaughter action figure. On the side, that thing I go on the online to decode, which I don't care. I wish they would give us a card inside or something. But anyway, on the front we got nice artwork. We got Sarge in different styles. We got the Sunbow cartoon, comic book style. And it looks like right off the style of the old blister cards, Sarge on the front. Let's open up and check them out. Inside the box, the figure comes packaged like this with the figure and accessories in two different style boxes. We got Sarge in like the coffin crate and a gun locker for all the accessories. Let's get Sarge freed from this box. A bunch of little ties in the back. Heck with this. Get free! Freedom! Before we take a look at accessories, let's take a look at Sarge himself. Right out of the box, all the joints are nice and tight. Might be a little too tight in some areas, so you might want to do like a blow dryer, hot water bath before you start articulating the figures, so it working the joints properly. That's one thing I always suggest. Like if it's new figures, be careful about articulating your joints for the very first time out of the box, especially the figures. If it's being right now in the wintertime, everything's cold. If you just got the figure, be very careful. The sculpt on the head is really nice. It's a nice modern interpretation of a Sunbow style Sergeant Slaughter. Eyes are painted really well. Got the textured of the mustache done sculpt. Paint, it looks phenomenal on that. Nice, clean, everything's where it should be. And we painted wrist bracers. The belt's in white, gold buckle. We got a camo pattern on the pants. I'd like to see a little bit more detailed camo, but that's good enough. One thing we're missing on paint wise is on the boots. These laces and the center of the boots should be painted black. On the very box art that the figure comes in, they show those laces in front of that boot black. Same up here in the comic book panel. That is the default look. And if you bring into the Valorverse figure, those are painted correctly on the Valorverse Sgt Slaughter. You got the laces painted black, the center of the boots black. That's the standard look for Sgt Slaughter. That was his ring gear too. Really wish they would have added that paint to the Sarge figure, because we're paying a premium for this one. This is a deluxe release, so there's no reason for them to skimp out in paint. Your mileage may vary. I got a little bit of issue with the paint up top. Looks like the skin tones are like they didn't put enough coats. I can see some of the black of the tank top coming through. So apparently this is molded in the black. The flesh tones are painted. I have two. Well, on the second one, that's much better. The skin tones are a little, coverage is better, so I may end up having to repaint the skin tones on the tank top on this one. Also, with this one, the belt's painted properly. On this one, I had an issue with the belt painted a little crooked, so your mileage will vary on quality control. As we know, Hasbro's quality control has not been the best here lately. So this is one of the things we would have great for, like the windowed box figures too, if you got to see this in the store, but this is a fan channel exclusive, so this wouldn't have been in a retail store, maybe like a GameStop. Back to the review. Let's open up the accessory box, which is made to look like a little foot locker. Looks pretty cool. Wish it was a little more durable than just a cardboard box. We have a sealed wax paper bag with the G.I. Joe and Cobra logos on it. Let's see what's in here. Okay, we have one little mini action figure of Sgt Slaughter, which is really cool. And it's actually in collector-friendly packaging where you can actually slide the card out, put it back on the blister, and put it back. Kind of shame that the actual figure is not in collector-friendly packaging. We got his drill sergeant hat. It's really nice. We got the nice sergeant crest on top. We have an AK style rifle. We got the magazine for that rifle. And we got what I assume is a scope, which is kind of weird because it plugs in sideways. Oh, I bet it's a flashlight. That's what it is. It's a flashlight instead of a scope. A little bit of paint would have been nice. A little pick it out. It had like a little silver at the base of the barrel, head of the flashlight. Okay, that makes more sense because how the hell are you supposed to use a scope on the side, but it's a flashlight. He comes packaged with 2 fist hands on the figure, and he comes with an assortment of other hands. We got 2 grappling style hands. These are new sculpts for the Sgt Slaughter figure. We have 2 pointing hands, left and right. Nice new sculpts for those. And we got some bare hand trigger hands for the big figures now too. But unfortunately, they're still horizontally hinged. We didn't get at least one vertical hinged hands. Man, come on, Hasbro. Like, you should know, gun-wielding hands should be a vertical hinge. Most of your other Joes have that. Cobras, at least one of them. I don't know, it's a little disappointing there. And we have his sunglasses. What's trademark glasses for Sarge. Nice sculpt. I know there's probably safety reasons, but these are a little big on the figure. And stick these on Sarge right quick. They look great. Nice mirror-ish finish to the glasses. But the size and scale of them, they do give a little bit of a goggle look. That's what this one here I'm using instead of Valorverse sunglasses. They are scaled a little bit better for this size of figure. Well, you got the sunglasses on. Let's go ahead and put his sergeant hat on. That looks good. Completes the look. Alright, what's in the next little thing? And we have a swagger stick and his whistle. Okay, before I put the whistle on Sarge, let's go ahead and do a rundown on articulation. I'll pop his hat and glasses off. We have his head on a ball joint on a disc hinge. We've seen many times on this big G.I. Joe buck. Body, or whatever you want to call it. You can do a full 360, look up, look down. There's a ball joint at the base of the neck, which basically works as a swivel. There's not enough on the other Joes. You can get a little bit of tilt and range on it, but there's really no clearance on these bigger bodies like this. Got a butterfly joint with very little movement. You get a little bit of back, a little bit of forward, not much at all. It's like collision points. It's not well engineered there. Disc hinge shoulders go up way high, get you up here. Full 360. Bicep rotation. Double jointed elbows. Hinge and swivel wrist. Ab crunch kicks back this far. And in conjunction with the ball joint on the bottom, you can go all this far back. Crunches forward this far, and with the ball joint this much. Ball joint at the waist that allows full 360. Tilt from side to side, forward and back. Ball joint hips on a drop down hinge. You can kick them out to do a full Van Damme. And kick forward this much, and utilizing that drop down hinge. Kick back just a little bit. Thigh rotation, full 360. Got all new pinless legs. We got the double joint knees. Kick up and kick the top of his belt, top of his pants. Boot rotation, full 360. Hinged ankles, kick down this much, way down. Kick up, really good range. There's no armored pad like on previous versions of the big body, so it's not hindered that way. Ankle pivots, great range of movement. Let's get him geared up and do a few comparisons to other figures. First up, let's look at Sarge next to my custom Sgt Slaughter. My Valorverse kit bashed Sgt Slaughter. Duke. Snake Eyes. Cobra Commander. Cobra Bat. And for comparison with some Marvel Legends figures, we have Bucky Cap. Got the Renew Your Vows 2-pack Spider-Man. We got the Sentry. We got the new Venom. We have Spinneret. Black Widow. Loose Collector Executive Replica is Lady Death. BST Ninja Turtle. Overall, this is an excellent figure. Like I said, I did have a little issue with my skin tones not being super thick over top the black on this one. But on this one, it's fine. So your mileage may vary on that. I would have liked to have the laces painted on my boots, as they should be. I like the assortment of different hands. We got, first time in G.I. Joe Classified, we got this amount of set of hands. This should be standard. Like Valorverse figures come with this assortment style hands, and they're actually, people like playing like Valorverse figures, too expensive. This is the same price point, if not a couple dollars more than a Valorverse figure. The size, build of the figure, it is classic Sumbo Sarge. If you're looking for a more realistic style Sarge, the Valorverse is the way to go. But if you're wanting like that cartoon feel, that was actually my first introduction to Sgt Slaughter, the cartoon. Because I didn't watch wrestling when I was little. I didn't start watching wrestling until I was a teenager in the 90s. So this is what my mind's eye goes to when I think of, first thing I think of Sarge. And build, the new legs, love the new leg sculpts. That's one of the things I always thought was kind of wonky proportions on the big build figures. These new legs look great. They're the new pinless style legs. Been nice if they could have went through the effort to create new arms, be pinless arms to match the whole aesthetic. But I guess that's asking a little too much for that. One other accessory I would like to have too. It's one thing I really like when I did my custom Sarge. The head is one piece. The glasses, hat, and everything's all together. You don't have to, I can grab that hat and start posing the figure, move everything around. Don't have to worry about it. It's not as finicky. With this one, you gotta be very careful and keep everything together. When you start posing, you're gonna pop the hat and head glasses off. So basically you gotta move your head the way you want to, get the pose the way you want, then put your hat and glasses back on. Then nice to be able to just grab that hat and just move it to where you want it. If you're still looking to get a Sgt Slaughter for your collection, I got mine from the Chosen Prime. They're great to deal with, fast shipping, and I'll put a link down below to their listing for this. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time.